I'm Erin Lawler Patterson, the Goodness Chick. I'm an international speaker, podcaster, counselor, author, and proud part of the Mental Health News Radio Network. Join me on the journey of empowering you to live life with an overflowing cup rather than an empty one. We look at mental health, self-care, addiction, relationship, and wellness, where we use our challenges to fuel us rather than consume us.
So I'm really excited. In a little bit more than a month, my third book is going to be released. If you have yet to check out my first two books, Peace, Love, and Goodness, Lessons from the Drug Lady, along with a higher level of goodness, Lessons from the Drug Lady, I'd encourage you to check those out. You can hop on Amazon. And right now, as we're social distancing, it's at a perfect time to get some positive reads going on, talking about filling our cup, living authentically, and the power of kindness. Check them out, my friends. And as we go into today's episode, thinking now pretty much almost 2 months in when it comes to social distancing, it has us all in different places. I think there's a theme right now with so many of us, this kind of trend where it's trying to readjust to our new norm, if you will. And that brings with it a lot of challenge, a lot of frustration, a lot of stress. And so what I come today to tell you is finding the little big wins that are before you right now. Getting hydrated here. And so this is, I'm going to use this. So right now I'm actually recording this in my Jeep, right? So I actually tried to record outside. It was too windy, too many outside sounds. My house right now, we're a really small apartment, so you can hear everything. So I have had to adjust big time. Initially, when we were social distancing, warp speed here, it was, how the heck am I going to do this? How am I going to be recording podcasts when I've got a 5-year-old? My husband is teaching. From home. It's been a challenge. And I could say, oh my gosh, my podcast quality is just not going to be what it is. Well, that's not true. It's pivoting. And where this connects with you is whatever you have going on right now, it's being fair to yourself. I'm in my Jeep and I'm going to kick out a podcast, and I'm hoping, my intention and my prayer is that it connects to somebody's heart. And with that, even if it's just one person, you know what? Rock on. This was a win. We need to reevaluate what we put as wins, right? So where you were 6, 7, 8 weeks ago is not right now. So it's, Erin, I can't keep my house clean. I'm not able to keep up with things at work, right? I'm working from my laptop. I'm getting dinner is just not as healthy as it used to be. I'm doing fill in the blanks, whatever it is, where you feel like you're being pulled, and my kid's not doing as well in school as they used to do. Like, okay, take a deep breath, take a deep breath, take a deep breath. We're all now, right? We've been in this state of different, right? Our reality's really kind of been shaken up, turned around, boom, 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 and we're here. There's no normal right now. But see, what's going on right now when it comes to social distancing, along with the coronavirus, really, really applies to so many different seasons of our lives. Have you ever experienced grief? Have you lost somebody that you loved and you miss them? Have you ever lost a job and it's put a strain on being able to put food on the table? Have you ever been in a relationship that just did not end well and it was catastrophic and it hurt you? Whatever that hurt, that we'll say trauma, that crisis, you were not in the same state that you were prior to that happening. And so it's the same thing with what's going on right now, that it's focusing on what we can do in the present versus where we are falling short. Right now, we're social distancing. Connection from people is pretty apparent. Even if you're in the workplace, that connection is severed to some extent. It's just a different place. It's reminding ourselves that we're in a different place, right? Our reserves are different. Our mindset, like, things are different. And it's giving us permission to do what we can do with what we have, right? I want to repeat that. It's doing what you can do with what you have, right? get like an update every night or the night before we have to do school with Jack, right? And I try to kind of get creative. We're doing it in different increments, and then there's, free time and then school again or whatever. I have come to the realization that God bless his teachers, right? I am his mom. I am going to try very hard, but there's going to be certain things that I will find different forms of wins than the original win. I'm going to explain to you. So one of the things last week was it's Earth Day, Earth Week, and it was bake an Earth cookie, right? And with blue dye, green dye. First off, I don't have blue dye. I don't have green dye. Mom fail, right? Whatever. Some great activities. I had supplies for maybe three of like the 6 or 7 or 8 activities, right? So instead of making Earth cookies, we found this like cardboard box that we had my kid get scissors, right? Jack had scissors. We did a drawing, and he actually made an elephant, and we flipped the elephant over, and he, is all into like anatomy and stuff right now. And it was like, this is the small intestine. This is the large intestine. This is where the elephant eats. So for me, we did something interactive, something learning. Boom, that's a win. It's readjusting where we're at, because when we don't and we just look at what we have in the palm of our hand, this is what I should be doing. This is where I should be, this mile marker point. Give your self permission to do what you can with what you have. When we compare where we were with the now, it leads us to places that puts us mentally, we're behind. We're deflated. We feel like we're a failure, and you're not. What I'm going to kind of throw at you, I talk a lot about social media and technology that can work for us or against us. What can work against you is being on social media and whatever platform it is, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, Snapchat, and you start thinking, man, look at how clean their house is. Man, how are they rocking out? They're able to go to work, come back, and look how, look at what they ate tonight, or they look great. Right now, I'm in my pajamas right now. Okay. True confessions of the goodness chick. You do what you can do with what you have. And when we fall into the trap of comparing ourselves, that it's kind of like taking the air out of that balloon, nothing good happens from it. So if that's something that gets in your head when you're scrolling and you're looking, put it down. A way to replace that and fill and get some positives. Who are some people in your life that sharpen you, that will remind you to say, you're doing great. You're okay. And if you're having a rough day, let's talk. There's something about right now using Zoom, using FaceTime, whatever it is that you need to use, Loom, use it. And instead of texting, it's seeing other human beings. It's seeing in their eyes. It's seeing and hearing their voice. And yes, you're not, 2 feet away from each other or sitting next to each other having coffee or whatever it is. But right now, that can give us a surge of encouragement and confidence we really need. A lot of us right now, we feel like we're spinning. I can't keep up with this. I can't do this. I can't do that. Guess what? Right? Do what you can do with what you have right now. And if you need someone, to kind of, get in your ear and encourage you, that's okay to let your friends know that. I think all of us right now can use someone to say, you know what? You're doing a good job. Good job. Golf clap, finger snap, all that jazz, right? The positives right now are very, very important. The negativity, the things that distract us and take energy away from us, for a lot of us, it's social media. I know myself. I'm like, I'm not watching this. I'm not going to look at this, because what it's going to do is, like, my house isn't as clean as it should be, right? I'm doing a podcast inside my Jeep, hoping the wind doesn't blow too much, or my kid doesn't come running out and ask me to play with him. And if he does, then we're going to just interact with Jack, and that's how we roll. But what I'm saying is, it's learning to say it's okay to bob and weave. It is okay. We need that reminder, because when it's like, feel like we're constantly going uphill, or we're that hamster that's in the wheel that's going. We get tired. And life is short. To be tired all the time. And right now, you know what I'm going to say? Forget about that. Like, you're going to be tired. This is a weird, funky, train place. I can go back to different times in my life, emotionally speaking, not like through a pandemic, but thinking it was a tough time. It was trying to figure out how to bob and weave. And at that time in my life, I didn't realize that I could give myself permission to say, I'm going to do what I can with what I have, right? Whether it was in college, whether it was in the workplace, man, I'm falling short. Man, I was beating myself up. And it's unnecessary because you are awesome. You are wonderful. And you're going to have times in life, inevitably, that are higher peaks and there will be lower valleys. There will be lower valleys. And I'll tell you through this whole whatever this has been, 8 weeks, I'm really not good with calculations, but I know for me, it's waking up in the morning and it's laying in bed at night. God, I ask you for peace. I ask you to give me direction through today. I ask, there's times during the day that God, Lord, I'm struggling, man. I'm struggling. Just allow your peace to overcome me. And I ask for wisdom. There's times in these past few weeks, my patience with my son has been really tough. I'm trying to, do podcasting. I've got a book that's coming out in, 1 month, 1.2 months or whatever the heck it is. There's a lot of stuff going on, but it's just give me strength. We got to do with what we can do with where we're at. And it's finding maybe sometimes those little outs, right? I'm going to sit in the bathroom and have a bubble bath for 7 minutes. Nobody's coming in, right? Nobody's coming in. Or I am going to not make dinner tonight. I am ordering pizza. Boom. And I might even do, with a Pepsi on the rocks. Whatever it is that are your little wins that make your life a little bit easier, do it. Once a week, I'm scheduling time with my friends, and we're going to do, I'm going to see everybody's face. We're doing a Zoom conference call. That's my win. And etching out that 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, we need to find ways to fill our cup. We need to remind ourselves, even if it's on a daily basis, even if it's like 10 times a day, I'm going to do what I can with what I have. Because it's also giving ourselves credit for those little big wins. Pat yourself on the back. Rock on. I got out of my pajamas today. You know what? Rock on. We had pizza for dinner, right? Little big wins. And even if it's writing them down every day, or it's putting them in your notes, or just saying it out loud, right? Boom. I shaved my legs today. Whatever it is, I did, whatever it was, I swept the kitchen floor. I got this report into work. I don't know, fill in your lines. And when we repeat to ourselves those little big wins, I hear it out loud, does something to our hearts. Good job. You did a good job. And maybe giving a shout out to somebody, you did a good job doing that. There's something about positive reinforcement. Little, big wins. And if I was super awesome, I would be able to say that in Spanish or another language. I don't. I wish I could, because that would just sound super great. But get your little big win on. Get it on. I'm wishing you, as we roll into another week, a just tremendous amount of peace, love, and goodness, my friends. If you enjoyed today's episode, there's a lot more encouragement and life-kicking strategies on goodnesschick.com. Have a great day, my friends.